So what is up, freaky army? Welcome back to another brand new video. I know that I have been gone for some days, but I was keeping track of almost everything that was happening in the technology or the gaming world, but I couldn't give any update in my channel, and I'm really sorry for that. But I know that I'm a bit late for this video, but the thing that gave me a topic to make a video on is the latest release from Nvidia. As you people know that Nvidia just came up with its latest GTX card, that with the Turing architecture one, when people were expecting it to be a Pascal architecture based card, but Nvidia surprisingly came up with this GTX 1660 and 1660 Ti that people are talking about it a lot nowadays. So basically I thought, why not give it a shot and make a video, and I'll be interacting with you about this, and will be concluding in the end of this video that whether you should go for this card or not, whether it fits the budget or not. So without any further ado guys, let's get straight into the video. Well, so basically we'll be talking about it at points, because I can just give you random stuffs spontaneously because I'm really bad at explaining things to people. So the first thing that comes to my mind is actually why this card at this point of time. Okay, so there may be two reasons according to me. The first reason is the lack of game development that can efficiently use the RT cores or the Tensor cores in the RTX cards. So basically the games that are more into the development or the developers are willing to create nowadays is the game that can provide you proper FPS while gaming on 1080p. And basically nowadays people are not going crazy about the ray tracing or the DLSS kind of stuff. There are a lot of people to do the business with only the proper FPS at a certain level of gaming resolution. But nowadays people are just going crazy to update themselves with the RTX cards, and that's not the stuff for everyone. So nowadays the developers are thinking like, why people will go for such expensive cards to buy. So basically they will take their own time to come up to the market with the games that will just use effectively the RTX cards or the RT cores or the Tensor cores, and it will take some time. So Nvidia gave it a thought that if it will take some time, then why not engage people with something that has nothing to deal with RT cores or the Tensor cores or the DLSS or the ray tracing kind of stuffs, and just we can use our own new architecture to provide some gaming experience at a very lower budget. So that's why they came up with the GTX 1660 and 1660 Ti. And the second reason may be the majority of people who want gaming at 1080p and they want buttery smooth FPS. So basically they don't give a damn about anything rather than the proper FPS. So that's why Nvidia thought that 1060, 1070 have been doing a great job in the market for past few years. But nowadays people are just looking forward to the latest architecture, because nowadays everyone just looks forward to the latest updation that what is in the market, and they just want to update themselves. So that's why the Pascal architecture is bit of outdated. So nowadays people are going for 2060 or 2070 cards in the RTX lineup, but still in GTX lineup there was no updation in the architectural base. So basically they thought that why not provide our latest architecture at a very lower budget segment that can replace 1060 or 1070 if in case it will happen in the future. So basically they came up with the latest memory type GDDR6 VRAM, and also they gave us Turing architecture at a very low budget segment, and that's what is taking the market over and over again right now. Okay, now we have discussed about the reasons to launch this graphics card. Now at this point of time, let us just move forward to our next point, that is the specs. Yes, of course you might have known the specs already from other videos or articles. We do get over here with the GTX 1660 Ti is 1536 numbers of CUDA cores, and the base clock is 1500 MHz and the boost clock is 1770 MHz. However, those base clock and boost clock are a bit more than the RTX 2060 card, but still we get the memory band very low comparing to RTX 2060 card right now, because the memory band that we get is really amazing when we compare it with 1060, because in 1060 we used to get only 192 GB per second, but when it came to GTX 1660 Ti, then we are getting 288.1 GB per second. And how crazy cool is that? But when it goes up to a bit higher level like RTX 2060, then we are getting over here is 336.1 GB per second, and that is freaking awesome at that level. But when you compare the similar price tag, then we get three of these cards like 1060, 1070, and along with it now the GTX 1660 Ti adds up to the lineup. But when we compare it with AMD cards like RX590, the latest release from AMD card, basically RX590 provides us a very good memory band, but while gaming in 1080p or while streaming, it may lag in the decoders and encoders. But when it comes to Nvidia took care of all of those stuffs like the NVNC, NVDC decoders and encoders. They are really amazing and works properly to give you a proper streaming experience while streaming in the bitrate of 4000 to 5000 to 6000. So basically you'll get proper FPS while gaming also, and while streaming you get constant bitrate level, and you can stream without any kind of buffering or any kind of stutter lag. Okay, did I just skip another point, that is the build? Yes, the build of this graphics card. And as people were expecting it to be a Pascal one, but it is not. It is a Turing architecture based graphics card. So basically let's just talk about its build, because when the RTX card released, then they made a chip that has the Turing architecture, and they have added the RT cores and the tensor cores in extras. So now what they have done is they have kept the same architecture base, and they have removed the RT cores and the tensor cores, and they have only provided what is actually necessary for a lower budget gamer, and they have removed everything else, and they built the chip on a 12 nanometer semiconductor. So basically the 12 nanometer chip is so efficient that it can use the power efficiently and effectively in this budget segment, and is claimed by Nvidia it can deliver you up to 120 FPS maximum while gaming in 1080p ultra settings for any current generation games. Okay, another thing regarding to the graphics cards build is they used to call the chip as TU102 while that was in the RTX cards, and when it came to this GTX 1660 Ti, they have removed the RT cores and tensor cores, and they have renamed it as TU116, and that is what we are going to get in the 1660 Ti from the GTX lineup. Okay, now we have covered the reason, the build, and also the specs. We also have compared it with 1060 and 2060. But now let us just come to some demerits that we may face while using GTX 1660 or 1660 Ti. So basically the cons are very few in number, because in this price range you can't expect more. Like you cannot expect DLSS or artificial intelligence or ray tracing, etc, because they have all removed those cores from the graphics card itself, from the RTX card. So basically this is the same RTX card we are going to get, but without the RT cores or the tensor cores. But when it comes to the cons, you may get a proper FPS while gaming in 1080p ultra resolution, but when you want to push the resolution a bit, and if you in case want to game on 1440p or higher than that, then it may give you a bit of lower FPS. Okay, now being said that, I'd like to conclude my video with certain points, like if you are a budget gamer and you want a graphics card nowadays, then it is available in Indian market. So basically you have options like 1060, 1070, but they have the old memory type like GDDR5, but here you are getting the VRAM of 6GB, that too GDDR6 type. So basically the GDDR6 and the Turing architecture and also the memory band are the huge improvement for that much of price tag. So basically you should definitely go for GTX 1660 Ti only. But when you want to push your gaming level to certain ultra resolution resolution like 1440p or 4K gaming, then of course RTX is the only option you are left with, RTX 2060. And if you are interested in that kind of fancy things like ray tracing, or if you want to play Battlefield by using the ray tracing kind of stuffs, or DLSS is your kind of stuff, then you can of course go for that. Or if you want to do seamless streaming in 1080p, and if you want to just stream and game casually, then you should go for GTX 1660 Ti. That is the only option you are left with. But for higher resolution, remember 1070 Ti may be the game changer, because I'm not having the card, I didn't use the card either, and it's an irony that the people who hasn't even seen the card in practical is talking a lot about it. So how come it is possible? Because I went through all the articles, all the videos that people made up on it, and I did came with my conclusions, my own conclusions, and I wanted to share it with all of you. Like, I really don't care much about the RTX or the ray tracing kind of stuffs or the DLSS, but still if I want to get updated, then I'll go for those cards like RTX 2060 or RTX 2070, RTX 2080, but I'll have to pay a big chunk of money on that. So basically, if you are ready to pay that much of money, then you should of course go for RTX 2060. And if you are purchasing a 4K resolution kinda setup, then you should always go for RTX 2060. Otherwise the society won't accept you if you aren't updated with an RTX card right now. So basically the thing is that GTX cards are coming out with the latest Turing architecture, and RX590 is either not that bad, but still when it comes to GTX 1660 Ti, GTX 1660 Ti is a game changer. Like, it is more than 1060 and 1070, but when it comes to high resolution, remember 1070 Ti will work fine for you. Okay, so that's all for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a big fat thumbs up, and also let me know your thoughts about 1660 Ti, and also do subscribe to the channel and also hit that notification bell so that you won't miss any updation. And thank you so much for bearing my delay in putting videos, and I have made this video after a long time in English, so I don't know how it went. Actually, a lot of hard work was on the way, so please do consider subscribing and supporting. So see you in my next videos. Till then, peace out.